Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Everyone, welcome to the show. So 30-year-old Utah resident Odin Meacham was once an MMA fighter, and he seemed to use his experience on January 6th because Meacham arrived on the Capitol grounds around 2 p.m., walked around the barricades with clear area closed signs on them, and he approached another line of barricades that were manned by the police, and Meacham watched as others in the mob were fighting with the officers and trying to break through the line. So eventually, he joined in. He approached the police line while he was holding a large wooden pole, and he tried to rip the barricades away from them. And then Meacham charged towards several officers and struck one of them with the large pole that he was carrying. He hit the officer's torso with such force, they said the pole actually broke, and Meacham was left holding the remaining one-third. Then Meacham rushed at the police line again, and he used the remaining part of the pole to strike the barricade 2 times. And the prosecutor said he struck the barricade, quote, precisely where an officer's hand had been just seconds earlier. So minutes later, Meacham picked up a black metal pole off the ground and he chucked it at the police line. He struck one officer in the hand with that pole. And then Meacham was seen pointing and yelling at the officer, and he was taunting him. So after that, Meacham approached another officer and he yelled to the crowd, quote, lean in. And he was motioning with his hand, seemingly trying to encourage the mob to surge forward and overwhelm the police. Then Meacham grabbed an officer's baton and he tried to rip that away from him. So following that altercation, Meacham remained on the Capitol grounds for quite a while, and he was screaming and cursing at the police. He called them pieces of shit, and he yelled, quote, you are protecting criminals, and, quote, are you scared, motherfucker? So Meacham was arrested on May 15th of 2023, and he was charged with civil disorder, 3 counts of assaulting officers, 2 of which included a dangerous weapon enhancement, entering restricted grounds with a dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct on restricted grounds with a dangerous weapon, and 2 counts of physical violence, 1 of which also included a dangerous weapon enhancement. Meacham refused a plea deal. He opted for a bench trial, and in June of 2024, the judge convicted Meacham on all counts. So he was looking at a combined 83 and a half years in prison, 20 years of probation, more than $1 million in fines. However, the government requested a sentence of 8 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. And surprisingly, he has no significant criminal history. I mean, until now. But in a sentencing memo to the court, Meacham's attorney requested only 3 years and 4 months in prison, and he tried to explain Meacham's willingness to believe Trump's election fraud fairy tales. His defense attorney wrote that Meacham grew up on a family farm with a controlling father who believed his family descended from messianic and Masonic lineages. And the father also apparently believed in the Knights Templar, curses, numerology, conspiracy theories, and black magic. And Meacham's attorney said, quote, he preached these beliefs to his children, all undergirded by a healthy mistrust of contemporary American society. It was a disorienting, often terrifying worldview, and the natural isolation of the farm enhanced its power. So, from delusional daddy to delusional Trump, right? Yes, that's a natural way to go. So anyway, U.S. District Judge John Bates presided over Meacham's case, and he's been hit and miss in these cases, mostly miss. This time, he did a little bit better than usual. The judge sentenced Meacham to 6 years in prison, 2 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. So decent, I guess, comparatively speaking, much stronger than a lot of other similar cases. So anyway, if Trump lets this guy off, then he has absolutely zero respect for law enforcement. right? He may as well start preaching about defunding the police. Because if you're going to let someone violently attack the police and you're going to pardon them, what is that saying? What does that say about what you think about the police and what they try to do and how they were protecting the people inside that building that day? Anyway, I will definitely let you know. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe if you have not. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.